Hello everyone. Today we are going to be playing a challenge created by one of my Discord members, Monke. This will be to play historical Poland and to not give up any land. According to his rules, we must, number 1, go maintain the dictatorship path. You can do any focus in the left and right branch, but you have to maintain the dictatorship eventually. Number 2, don't do the cheesy port trick. I'm sure some of you have seen this before. It would make this challenge way too easy. Number 3, don't lose any core. If you want more challenge, then don't lose any tile. We'll see if we can accomplish this. Number 4, don't guarantee the Czechs or Lithuanians. Number 5, don't annex Lithuania. And number 6, reject anyone that wants a claim to our land. And there will be some to do this. Now these rules already will make it very difficult, but I'm going to add to these that we cannot request Lend-Lease, although we can accept it if it is offered. And personally, I'm not even going to join the Allies.
I'll do it myself.
Let's be real, we're Poland, and no one expects us to do anything but get run over by tanks, so we can't expect help. But
I'll show them. We will show them all.
to start out, we will do the standard industry and electronics research, and we will start clamp down on Danzig. As much as I would love to fix our political problems quickly through the political tree, we are essentially forced by this challenge to rush the entire industry tree so we can build the goods we will need to not only stop Germany, but actually push back and defeat them. Once clamp down on Danzig is done, we will do the 4-year plan, and once we have 100 PP, we can get our army advisor. Next, we will get our extra research slot and professional army corps army spirit. We have a lot of time left before the peasant uprising, so we will do 2 more focuses before we do the focus to stop it. First, invest in the old Polish region. Next, we will get political loyalty, since it is an easy way to get cheap stability. Modernize the congressional factories is next. Next, we will wait for 172 PP so we can switch to partial mobilization before doing the next focus, fill the railways gaps. Now we will rush to agrarian reform to stop the peasant revolt. And since we have enough naval XP, we will get the naval reform spirit of the army. When we take the agrarian reform focus, it will increase the amount of days until the peasant revolt so that we will be safe from a civil war. Next, we will do unification propaganda on Danzig so that we can eventually recore that territory and gain access to its industry and population. We will build some anti-tank guns this game, so make sure to get this researched. It will majorly come in handy against Germany. Next up, we will design our SPAA that we will use in our Space Marine divisions. It will be a light tank with the cheapest AA gun on it, plus 3 levels of extra ammo storage, sloped armor, and 9 levels of armor ticks. If you want to get even cheaper, you can change the suspension to wheels for a 10% IC discount. This will provide our divisions with good armor as well as some air attack to knock out the pesky German CAS. To get even more naval XP for later, we will take the Old Guard Naval Advisor. This also increases our maximum CP, which is great. Next, we will change our tank design to give it even more armor, all the way up to 14 ticks. Since we are now at the end of 1937, we will finish up any civs and infrastructure we are currently building and switch entirely over to building mills. We need to ramp up our industry to the max and let nothing get in our way.
But my lord, there are too many. They cannot all be armed in time. We don't have the means.
Build a dam, block the stream, work the furnaces, night and day.
We don't have enough fuel to feed the fires.
The forest lies on our doorstep. Burn it.
Yes.
Since we need to be as self-sufficient as possible, we will also do the focus to boost Katowice's resources to the max. Here I had completely forgotten about the need to get intel on Germany so that we could complete some collaboration government missions. So time to build that up and get it going as soon as possible. Next, we will send an attaché to China to boost our XP gain. Next, we will set up our division template to start training more units. This will have 8 infantry, 3 artillery, and 1 SPAA. For support companies, it will use cavalry recon and support artillery. We'll modify this more later, but for now this will get us started to knowing how much we will need. Now it's time to do our first collab on Germany. These will be super important so that we can push back against Germany and defeat them without having to take every single last city in Germany. Since we are now building only mills, we will hire the war industrialist to get even more. When the collab finishes, we need to set our spies back to work immediately so we can get even more collabs. When Munich Agreement happens, we get Zalzi for free, and it comes with 1 civ, and we get it cored. In preparation for using XP for our doctrines, we will get our military theorist now. And we will start unlocking some of the mountaineer traits. We don't really have too many hills or mountains in Poland, but we want to unlock rangers as a support company, and replace the cavalry recon with that, since we then get an extra 20% soft attack from all of our artillery, rather than 10% that normal recon would give. It's 1939, and we now have 80 factories, so we are looking quite strong. Next, we will set up a few more supply hubs to ensure that our borders on all sides will stay well supplied. And we actually can still use the Reorganize the Railway Network button, so we will click that to build them 300% faster. We will do Legion of Merit next to reduce our experienced soldier losses by 25%. This one is insanely good. Then we will spend 100 to sideline the right so that our opposition movements will balance. War is getting close, so we will dump out more troops to defend the southern hills and mountains. Time to add rangers to our divisions. Soft attack goes boom. Soviets are justifying on us now. Time to check what the damage will be. Okay, so 200 days, not great, but not the worst that I've seen. This is an RNG number based on how many regions the Soviets justify on. This number will be super important though, because it gives us a ticking timer for when we will need to defeat Germany by. Danziger War is here. We will of course refuse Germany. And it's time to implement our no-step-back plan as well. Poland is sacred ground. We can't abandon a single tile. We are starting with several tiles with red bubbles, but don't worry, our defense is solid and we will quickly regain the edge. Now we counterattack to take the Königsberg region. The German attackers are not expecting such an assault so soon, especially since they were promised a quick and easy victory in the plains of Poland. The south surprisingly isn't holding too great, so we may have to use force attack or shuffle troops around. And as soon as we have reinforcements, we will add those to the defense there as well. The Königsberg region attack is going well, with many encirclements. Once Königsberg falls, we will still need to get Memel as well, since there is a port there. The north is secured. Now we can divert our forces and prepare to push back into Germany itself. So far we are operating at over 10-to-1 casualties. Unfortunately, the push into Germany will not be as kind to us casualty-wise. We are going to go for a push up into Stettin to cut off a large swath of the German troops. Well, it wasn't the glorious mega encirclement that I had envisioned, but we still surrounded some German troops near Koslin, and we're going to keep pushing. Stettin has fallen to our troops. This is a very important supply hub that will enable us to continue the push into Germany. And Berlin has fallen to our brave Polish troops. Now it's time to continue encircling and put the nail into Germany's coffin. The river near Hamburg is a bit difficult to break through over, but once we make it, we can quickly spread out to conquer more of Germany. Germany seems to sort of shuffle between the threats of us and the Allies, so from time to time they pull troops back and are really able to stop our assaults, but we will press on nonetheless. Frankfurt, Munich, and Nuremberg will be the next big hurdles after we push to the sea in the west. And finally, our push in Essen is successful, and it couldn't have happened at a better time. We have 193 days out of 200 days, which leaves us only 7 days to get our troops all the way back into the east to stop their attack. This is going to be rough. We're going to get troops onto the Slovak border as well, and the Italian border, to make sure that they can't push out and take our lands. We had already added some supply hubs on the Soviet border, and that's going to make holding against the Soviets nicer. Well, our troops made it in time, but with little to no entrenchment, can we hold? That is the question. Slovakia is defeated. Well, we've lost some tiles to the Soviets, a grievous offense to our people. We will make the Soviets pay for this. Polish juggernaut is now taking the advance initiative into Italy, who are the last major of the Axis forces. Once we take care of them, we will finish up the war in the west and can then entirely focus in the east. Ugh, I forgot port guards. Troops from the front will have to be pulled away to try to stop this assault from the Soviets. Well, the Soviet invasion was supported more strongly than I expected. Once we finish up with Italy, we can bring these veteran troops to wipe them all from Polish cores and the extended new Polish lands. And with that naval invasion of Sicily, the war against the Axis is officially over. We were able to get all of the German lands to ourselves, make our Italian puppet stronger, as well as taking Slovakia. The only allied member to get anything was Ethiopia. With the veterans back from Italy, we were able to mop up the Soviet forces and return Danzig back into their rightful hands. And with this last encirclement of the Soviet forces in the Courland pocket, we will call this challenge complete for today. We could very easily defeat the Soviets from here, but it would basically just be going through the motions. The hardest part is over, and the Polish troops are victorious. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment, and hit that subscribe button to be notified again when I upload or stream in the future. I hope to see you all again soon. Bye-bye.
Please clap.